new devices, and services are all factors that changed how efficient home networks could be used. With this upgrade in technology, routers became easier to install. These routers were able to split incoming signals and send it to other devices in the home. Computers, cell phones, DVD players can all be included in the home network. There are two types of home networks: wired and wireless. Wired networks include power lines, phone lines, and Ethernet, while wireless networks include Wi Fi, Bluetooth, and Zigbee. The most important thing to understand in the home networks are the transmission rate or the speed of network. Wired networks. Traditional services use Ethernet such as which has a rate of 10 megabytes per second to 100 megabytes per second. Ethernet connection is commonly found in offices and universities. Ethernet is not popular due to being expensive to install and maintain and difficult to use. To use wired networks, the data needs a server, a hub, and a router. Each device on the network must be connected and require add on devices as well. New housing developments come with structured wiring for home networks, home theater systems, and other digital networking. Phone lines are ideal for home networking. It uses random tree wiring, typically found in homes, and runs over regular telephone wire. The technology uses frequency division multiplexing to allow data to travel through the phone line without interfering with regular telephone calls or DSL service. The Home Phone Line Networking Alliance has several standards for phone line networking. The only issue with this approach is the data rates generally do not exceed 350 megabytes per second, so homes with older wiring can experience slower rates. Wireless networks. This type of connection is the most popular. Wireless networks use a transceiver that is connected to a wired network, usually a router, at a fixed location. It uses microcells to extend the connectivity range by overlapping and allowing the user to roam without losing the connection. Users that have Wi Fi have the option of security features, which are wired equivalent privacy and Wi Fi protected access. Wired equivalent privacy has security flaws and is easily hacked. Wi Fi protected access is password protected. There are two types of access Wi Fi protected. There are two types of access for Wi Fi protected access, which is personal, which uses a password, and enterprise, that uses a server to verify network users. Wi Fi can transmit any data up to 140 megabytes per second for 150 feet. Bluetooth is another type of access, was developed for short range communication with a data rate of 3 megabytes per second and is mostly used for voice and data applications. Bluetooth devices have the ability to communicate with one another. And lastly, there's Zigbee, which is also another form of Bluetooth. This transmission requires minimal power to deliver data. The next section is residential gateways, which is known as broadband routers. This makes home networks more useful. It also allows users on a home network to share access to their broadband connection. Broadband technology can be used to improve home networks to allow for the control of home appliances, heating and cooling systems, sprinkler systems, and more. The National Broadband Plan. The Federal Communications Commission was developed in March 6 was developed on March 16, 2010. The goal of this program is to create a high performance America, a more productive, creative, efficient America in which affordable broadband is available everywhere and everyone has the means and skills to use valuable broadband applications. The main goal is to include the government on the influence of broadband landscape. The first policy is to create competition among broadband players. The second policy is to ensure efficient allocation and management of broadband assets. The third policy is to reform current service procedures that will support the launching of broadband in more affluent areas to ensure that low income Americans have physical and financial access to broadband technology. And lastly, reform laws and policies maximize broadband usage in areas like public education, healthcare, and other government operations. So I hope this has given you more insight. I know that it sounded like a lot of numbers and a lot of acronyms, but I hope that it gave you a better understanding of how we are connected to others around the world, around the globe, and how internet and the speeds help us be able to connect easier, and how it relates to how we pay for certain services and what that requires. So that is the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.